But hi, today I wanted to talk to you guys about fairy children. Do you have fairy blood? Could you have fairy blood? After writing the script for today, I think I have fairy blood. Like, it's trippy. So, I want to discuss this with you. I want to let you guys in on the mind-boggling whatever I stumbled upon. So, let's get into it. According to tradition, there is a possibility that some of those we consider to be human could in fact be fairy children. I know what you're thinking, okay? I know what you're thinking, because I was like, that's interesting, I'm gonna do a video on it, and then I put it in my save to read laters, okay? And I read it today, and I haven't been the same since, okay? So what are fairy children? There are 3 ways a fairy child can be part of the human world. The first belief is that if a male fairy impregnates a female human, their child will be a fairy child, but it won't be a part of the human world for some reason. It will be more eternal. I feel like I always say that word wrong, no matter how I pronounce it, so I'll put it on screen. And be born as a fairy in the fairy world. So it'll be a part of the fairy world. I don't know what that means for the mom, but yeah, apparently that. The second case is when a fairy steals a human baby and replaces it with their own child. You can just be replaced. And your parents would never even know. Whoa. They also believe that when children are born between January 31st and February 2nd, they can actually see and interact with fairies. It's the Great Sabbath for witches, called Imbolc. I'm probably pronouncing a lot of these things wrong because I'm just me. I'm barely even a witch. At this point, honestly, when I'm recording this, I'm barely even a witch. So, let me tell you that I am trying my best. Please don't hate me in the comments. I really am trying my best. Okay, so finally, the last theory is in some cases when the vortex that causes a soul to descend from heaven into a human body, material body, sorry, when it's formed, there is a possibility that the vortex is strong enough to raise a soul from where the fairies are. Maybe they're below us? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really understand this theory, to be honest. There's strong enough to raise enough to take a soul from where it's going to the fairies and accidentally place it in a human. So the universe accidentally did that. Obviously, nothing in the universe is an accident. There's a reason for everything, but it accidentally did that. I don't know. I can't explain it. I have no idea. As crazy as all that sounds, let's talk about signs or really characteristics that you may be a fairy child. I'm going to say these kind of as if they could be your friend, maybe, in some cases, so I don't know. I didn't know really how to word any of this, to be honest, so work with me here. We're on a whole different territory. Before I get into it, though, I would just like to say I do see fairies. I've made videos about it before. I've seen fairies. They physically assaulted me before. They threw a snowball at me, so I don't know. One said thank you in my ear. I don't know how I feel about this. I am a medium, so I just equated I can see other planes, so of course fairies make sense. But let's get into it anyway. This video is just me sounding crazy to most people. That's fine. Number 1, a seductive gaze. once you place your eyes on a fairy child, it'll be difficult to look away. So, like, you're like, whoa. Like, it's that person you, like, follow across the room, and when they look at you, you're just, like, in awe. I don't think I'm that person, but let's move on. Lower body temperature. This one is difficult to explain. They could physically have a lower body temperature than you. Like, they're feeling like 60 degrees and you're feeling like 80 degrees. Like, it could be that. But, also, like I said, this may or may not be scientifically correct. We have no idea. But they feel cooler to touch. Like, even if they're the same, you're in the same degree place, you both feel the same heat. If you touch them, their body is going to feel cooler than when you touch yourself and it's warm. I don't know if that makes sense. Or they could have low blood pressure. Number 3, they sleep peculiarly. Wow, that's a bad word. Peculiarly. Learned a new word I can't say. Anyway, they have an odd sleep schedule. They could only sleep for a few hours. They're not insomniac. I don't know. I just can't say words also, so they just don't find the need to sleep that much. They could just find a few hours, or they sleep half as long as you sleep, if you're a normal human, apparently. And sometimes they sleep too much because their dreams feel like home. Which makes sense because the astral plane is where your dreams take place, and it's also where fairies are meant to be. I don't know. Number 4, a weird feeling. They feel like they don't belong in this world, and this feeling can take many forms. Like, they can just feel like maybe they were adopted. These parents are not their parents, even though their parents are their parents. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you weren't physically adopted, but you don't feel as though your parents are your parents. Or you are like, I'm from out of this world. Like, you just truly are like, I'm like an alien. I don't belong here. I don't know. And they can distance themselves from humans. They're animal and baby magnets. They're just drawn to them. But also, animals and babies are drawn to, like, healing energy. So maybe that could be it. They often, it's usual that they hear white noise in their ears, like, all the time. And this is where I was like, hold on. Because I'm a baby and animal magnet. And I hear white noise all the time, but I just assumed it was because I'm a medium, you know? Like, I hear ringing in my ears, I hear just like a fan going constantly. A fan is going, I'm sorry if you can hear all that. It's too hot to turn off, but that's like constant in my head. So, I don't know. They're also natural born healers and natural witches. So, I'm not saying the seductive gaze is me. I feel like the lower body temperature is me. I always feel cooler on my outside, even when I'm hot inside. I don't know about the don't belong in this world. I have felt that feeling before, but it's not a constant feeling, and I definitely sleep weird. Oh, also with the sleep, they often sleep during the day and are up all night for some reason, and that relates to me as well. So, I don't know. Do with this information what you will. That is it for today's video. Are you a fairy child? Do you feel like you could possibly have fairy blood? Let me know in the comments how you feel. yeah, I don't know. I learned this right before my mom got home, and she was like, "You look different." And I was like, I just learned something that I don't feel like I should know. Like, I don't feel like I should know this information. Are my eyes different now? I'm like staring at myself too much now. I don't know. Anyways, I hope that boggled your mind like it boggled mine. Please subscribe if you haven't yet already. Check out my channel. Subscribe if you aren't already. I think I already said that. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye!